for the pledge of allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item number 3, roll call, please.
Mayor Donaldson,
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Martin Morales, Councilmember Mitch Lewin, Councilmember Dan Eccleston, Councilmember Ray Shelton,
Present.
Councilmember Michael Bonvenero, Councilmember Jose Licano,
Here.
City Manager Ana Ortiz, City Attorney Nick Cook,
Here.
Pedrosa,
Present. Thank you. Item number 4, persons wishing to address the council in writing or verbally on any item not on the agenda. Do you have anything?
we do not have any.
Thank you. Item number 5, something that we're very, very, very proud of. Certificate of recognition to Andres Escogido for his gallantry assistance during a structure fire in Bisbee, Arizona, and for representing Douglas to the highest. Chief.
Good afternoon, Mayor, members of the council. On April 22nd, 2022, after completing his paramedic training in service of, on his way back to Douglas, firefighter Escogido noticed a fully engulfed structure fire in Bisbee just past the roundabout. When firefighter Escogido pulled over and dialed 911, he noticed that there were no fire or police personnel on scene. When Bisbee police arrived on scene, firefighters Escogido informed them that he was a firefighter and that there was a possible parked out front. Over the radio, the officers were informed that 2 residents were trapped in the backyard. Firefighters Escogido ran to the back of the house and found 2 females who said the gate was locked and they couldn't jump the fence. Firefighter Escogido proceeded to break down the gate with the assistance of a police officer and assisted the occupants out of the backyard by shielding them from the smoke and heat with his body. Firefighters Escogido helped the occupants up the block and stayed with them until Bisbee paramedics arrived and treated them.
Thank you so much, Chief. Andres, we can't thank you enough for representing us. We have a little certificate for you that Mr. Shelton's going to present to you. Please come forward. Never count. Item number 6, discussion decision on approval of third reading of ordinance number 22-1148, an ordinance of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, authorizing the lease agreement and memorandum of understanding for Sun State Towers to establish a communication facility on a portion of parcel number 409-13-19008, located at First Street and E Avenue, Douglas, Arizona, and authorizing the city manager to execute all necessary documents, establishing severability of components of ordinance, and establishing the effective date thereof. Mr. Keel.
Thank you, Mayor, members of the council. Sun State Towers is requesting to install a telecommunications tower that supports multiple telecommunications in town. The lease term is for 10 years with an option to renew for 4 successful periods of 10 years each. During that initial year, the first term, Sun State Towers will pay the city $1,250 per month, with an increase amount of 2% in year 2 of the initial term, and every year thereafter, including any renewal terms exercise. The city understands that this agreement will be up to 50 years, including the initial lease terms and renewal terms, unless the tenant is in violation and fails to cure the violation in accordance with the agreement terms. This agreement has been reviewed by legal. Some modifications have been made before between the first and second meetings, between legal and staff documents.
Thank you. I have a motion.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Mr. Guerrero.
I move that the mayor and council approve the third reading of ordinance number 22-1148 by number and title only.
For a second,
Second.
motion by Councilman Guerrero, and a second by Mr. Shelton to approve the third reading. Any discussion? Yes, please, Mr. Guerrero.
If I may, I just want to ask, is the 2% revenue increase yearly after the second year? Or is it for the term of 10 years, then a 2%?
Mayor, Councilmember Lindemann, the way I understand is every year after, so an additional 2%. Our city office is present to clarify that that's intended.
Anna, I can jump in if you'd like. Mayor, members of council. Yeah, after year 2, and then every year after, there's an increase of 2% over the previous rent. So it'll be $12.50, 2% on top of that, and then continually after that each year.
So the 2% then, let's say in year 2 would be 2% increase per month.
No, each year.
So the total is 12 times 12.50 plus 3% each year.
Correct.
So 12.50 in year one every month, and then 12.75 in year 2.
Okay, I just want to keep that clarified.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Please note that council member posted is unfortunately arrived at 5:37. We appreciate her being here. Hearing none, roll call please.
Councilmember Lindemann,
Yes.
Councilmember Eccleston. Councilmember Shelton,
Yes.
Councilmember Valvanega. Councilmember Rihana,
Yes.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes, motion carries.
I'm sorry. An ordinance of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, authorizing the lease agreement and memorandum of agreement for Sunstate Towers to establish a communications facility on a portion of parcel number 409-13-19008, located at First Street and Avenue, Douglas, Arizona, and authorizing the city manager to execute all necessary documents, establishing severability of components of ordinance, and establishing an effective date thereof.
Thank you. Item 6D. Discussion decision on second reading of ordinance number 22-1150. An ordinance of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, rezoning one parcel of land within the northwest corner of the intersection of North Washington Avenue and East Highway 80 located in Douglas, Arizona, from single family resident to general commercial, and amending the official zoning district map established by ordinance 691 and amended by ordinances 858 and 22-1145, establishing suitability of components of ordinance and establishing an effective date thereof. Mr. McKeon?
Mayor, members of the council. This second reading is after, obviously, this is being approved by the Planning and Zoning Commission in May. So this is a request to take a parcel in that northwest corner of North Washington and E and Highway 80. And East Highway, I'm sorry, from single family residential to general commercial. The maps included in your packet show that the majority of that area that aligns Highway 80 is already general commercial with the exception of these parcels. And this is a request that was made to have that continuity, that consistency for general commercial. And obviously, this was a recommendation already approved by planning and zoning, and staff proposes that continual approval of the second meeting for this area. And it is consistent with general principles, objectives, and policies, and we recommend it for the reading.
Thank you. I have a motion.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Mr. Grajales.
I move that the mayor and council approve the second reading of ordinance number 22-1150 to place it on the third reading by number and title only.
You have a second?
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Grajales, second by Mendoza to approve the second reading of ordinance number 22-1150 and place it on third reading by number and title only. Any discussion?
Mayor,
Yes, please, Mr. Mendoza.
going along with the zoning map here. I don't know, I don't remember how old this map, when they're keeping these things, but I see that SFR 8 is split with SFR 6. And I just wonder if there's any rhyme or reason for that, or if we should think about continuity in the future.
Question. Mr. Osborne, would you like to, Mr. Kilo, would you like to have one?
Thank you for clarification, Mayor, Councilmember Benjamin, that a question or a statement for our future consideration is to continue to adopt this.
I don't want to involve the meeting, but it was just a questioning. Maybe we can do that in the future.
Good. Perfect. Thank you, Mr. Mendoza, for recognizing. Any other questions?
Actually, if I could answer that question. That area, the zone with the single.
Hold on, because that's really not on the agenda. So let's hold off on answering that. It's just a recommendation for staff to maybe look into. You can report back to the memo or.
Thank you.
Who initiated this request? Was it the property owner? Is this the famous property that we're having this with? Thank you.
It's just not, the property's conditions are just not to this platform.
Okay, so it's just past that. Wonderful.
It's not connected.
No.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call please.
Councilmember Minnan,
Yeah.
Councilmember Arista,
Yes.
Councilmember Shelton,
Yes.
Councilmember Ivana,
Yes.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes, motion carries.
An ordinance of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, zoning one parcel of land within the northwest corner of the intersection of North Washington Avenue and East Highway 80, located in Douglas, Arizona, from single family residential to general commercial and amending the official zoning district map established by ordinance 691 and amended by ordinance 858 and 22-1145, establishing severability of components of ordinance and establishing the effective date thereof.
Thank you. Item 6C, discussing decision on resolution number 22-1507. A resolution of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, authorizing the city of Douglas to enter into the Arizona Municipal Risk Retention Pool fourth amended and restated membership agreement and authorizing the city manager to sign the agreement and any necessary documents related thereto. Mr. Kilo?
Thank you, Mayor, members of the council. Staff is making a recommendation to make a change on our carrier for both workers' compensation and liability insurance. Currently, the city is has its agent of record, Crest Insurance Company, and it's covered under the travelers for both workers' comp and liability insurance. We went out, we do periodically, or agent of record collects renewals, and we had a renewal this year from our current carrier totaling $488.96, $488,006. And we also asked our agent director to review the proposal that we received, also a request from Arizona Municipal Risk Retention Pool. So we did receive that at a total of $151.60. So it's from our current amount that we're currently paying for both workers' comp and liability. It's a reduction of $36,136, and from renewal, because we were able to work with travelers and our agent also for another discount, and they submitted another renewal. We were able to reduce that renewal, but still AMRP is still about $9,429 lower than the travelers renewal. So obviously price is a better point to consider, but more than that, we really looked at how the Arizona Municipal Risk Retention Pool has changed over the decades. Many years ago, the city belonged to the pool and went out to find private coverage through private firms and private carriers. And we've done well. We've been able to keep costs down. But we did a lot of research and see that currently 76 of 91 cities and towns in Arizona remain members of the pool and do so very successfully. There are many dividends that come back to these communities. And initially, the concern of assessments coming back for high loss or loss ratios was a concern initially, and we have found that that is no longer the case. Many years ago, there have been some case law that even reversed that for many cities that have received assessments. So we don't see that there's any red flags. If anything, there are so many features that have grown over the years with complimentary legal advice on personnel issues, law enforcement, land use, IGAs, equal employment opportunity areas in terms of staffing issues, personnel issues, those types of things. Also, subscriptions and services for mental wellness programs for first responders, online safety trainings. Some of these are also present in travelers. I do have to state that we do have some property appraisal programs that have developed and enhanced, as well as firefighter exposure tracking programs, cybersecurity programs, and in workers' comp, they have telemedicine available, and they have a feature called Triage Now, which allows access to registered nurses 24/7 to recommend level of care at the time of incident. So with it being a small city and always having resources that aren't as available as a large organization, this becomes, I think, a benefit to us to have access to so many resources. Now, understand travelers also have many resources they're very valuable. But what I find is that AMRP actively works those services very proactively with their cities and towns. And I think the fact that we compare in so many ways and have so many similarities, that's one of the primary reasons for staff's recommendation to move toward the change at this point. And I don't see any red flags when moving forward. And we have staff available if there are any questions on this specific change for both partners.
Thank you very much, Mayor. Motion?
Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
I move the mayor and council approve resolution number 22-1507.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Mr. Sheldon, second by Mr. Acosta, to approve resolution number 22-1507. Discussion.
And
Yes, please, Mr. Bennett.
is this going to be the case? Something that we already have?
Other than the carrier replaces travelers as their insurance carrier.
Oh, okay, so So, and they offer more than the drivers have offered, yes.
more expensive, more proactive in terms of their services. Again, Travelers offers many programs as well, but, we really not have that, interaction, engagement, with them. We have to go seek that out. But the AMRLP, is very active with policies and promoting and being proactive with all of these benefits that we get, aside from just our liability coverage. So it's always with the intent to mitigate risk and to reduce our exposures. Both on the workers' comp side, working proactively with employees, from an industrial injury perspective, as well as our liability or trips and falls and our exposures out.
And I apologize if I missed the difference in the premium rates that we pay now to what we pay with this.
With going to Arizona Municipal Risk Retention Pool, we will pay $36,000, $36,136 less. About 36,000 less than our current premium. So our total between workers' comp and liability with this new recommendation is $451,960, where it was in the current year $488,096.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other discussion?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, a couple of
Mr. Shelton.
quick questions. Number one. How many towns did you say there's 61?
71,
76.
76 of the 91 cities and towns.
What are some of the big ones that have? You know that?
I don't have that off the top, but I will certainly follow up and get you with the bigger cities.
Okay, just. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call please.
Councilmember Lindemann.
Yes.
Councilmember Robinson.
Yes.
Councilmember Johnson.
Yes.
Councilmember Graham.
Yes.
Yes, motion carries. Item 16, resolution, discussion decision on resolution number 22-1508. A resolution of the mayor and council of the city of Douglas, Cochise County, Arizona, authorizing the execution of a contract renewal between the city of Douglas and Alamo Renewal Salon to provide services as a city magistrate for the city of Douglas. Mr. Kimball?
Yes, Mayor, members of the council, the city magistrate contract expires June 30th of this year, and I would like to make the recommendation to reappoint Ms. Villalobos to a new contract for 2 years. So we are making a recommendation to approve an increase. The increase is based on a market rate review conducted by Human Resources. In the same context and comparison of the done for positions in our classification maintenance review plan and how we manage review of other positions in terms of salary. Staff has also looked at other areas of compensation as a result of recent court consolidation agreements, and no concerns were evident upon review of them in terms of the salary structure for this role.
Thank you. May I have a motion?
Mayor.
Yes, Mr. Costa.
I move that mayor and council approve resolution number 22-1508.
For a second?
Second.
Motion by Mr. Costa, second by Mr. Lindemann to approve resolution number 22-1508. Any discussion?
Mayor.
Yes, please, Mr. Lindemann.
I understand that the surrounding communities have their magistrates at 30,000. And I think that's only fitting. And we match that. That of course, keeping in with our thinking that we want to bring all of our employees into the market rate. And so I was going to ask if, well, I'll just make that motion to raise them $30,000 for the.
Second.
Motion for amendment to the contract to increase it from 25,000 to 30,000 by Mr. Brennan, and seconded by Mr. Taylor. Any discussion?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, please.
Mrs. Ortiz, you mentioned that staff, look at the differences between the other cities, right, HR. So, because of the core consolidation, this isn't the same situation as the other cities, right, that the surround. Or is it, can,
Yes, many of the small cities, Mayor and Councilmember, we have, but many of the small cities have the same situation. We looked at the comparable cities. We also looked at Orange County. Ms. Garcia and those cities to go over that and there's some questions on the specific salaries that we did compare. I don't have that data directly in front of me. But yes, there, most of these small cities have the same consolidated report as well as the hiring of the city magistrate. So the same model is similar in the other cities. And what we did is there are some cities that are higher, some that are lower, some are based on case load, and so we did it out of those. And we're happy to share with each of those city administrative salaries.
Would you like that, Mr. Brown?
no, but I did want to ask Mr. Mayor, if it's okay, is this well within the budget that if the amendment were to go through? I mean, I know it's $5,000 difference. Is it? Thank you. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. Any other discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote on the amendment first, which is changing the amount of the contract from 25,000 to 30,000. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Littman.
Yes.
Councilmember Olson. Yes. Councilmember Schultz.
Yes.
Councilmember Buchanan.
Yes.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes, motion carries. Now we'll vote on the original motion as amended to approve resolution number 22-1508 with an increase of $30,000 from the 25. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Councilmember Littman.
Yes.
Councilmember Olson.
Yes.
Councilmember Schultz.
Yeah.
Councilmember Buchanan.
Yes.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes, the motion carries. Item number 7, adjournment, have a motion.
I make a motion to adjourn the adjournment.
For a second,
Second.
motion by Mr. Shelton, second by Mr. Boca to adjourn our meeting. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay? We stand adjourned.